Okay. Testing, 1, 2. Cool. Strong Humans, how's it going? This is Move with Weight 6. Today, I'm going to do some rope flow, some hill sprints, some inefficient bodybuilding with the sandbag. That's what I'm going to call it, by the way. I'm going to call it inefficient bodybuilding. And I'm going to work on some club techniques. So I didn't bring my heavy mace, or quote unquote heavy. I brought my two, I think these are like 17, 18 pound clubs from Strong Human store. Actually, you know what I really like about those clubs? Saeed. That's the name of the man who makes those beautiful pieces. Saeed is Persian, and he's a crafter. Like he makes everything by hand. So what I'm excited about with these and actually getting more stuff from Saeed is that like this stuff looks like art. You know, I think one of the coolest things is that it's workout equipment that literally it looks like it's a decoration, except it's not. It's something you use to train. And that's a beautiful thing. Angela Wolf, actually, I'm going to place her video here. She just got herself this mace, or this GORZ. The Persian implement is called a GORZ, G-O-R-Z. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm jealous, Angela, so yeah. Anyway, today we're going to do some of that. And thinking of different things when I'm going to be flowing today. One thing I'm going to be thinking about, oh, by the way, the great Ronnie Coleman recovered from sepsis. Blessings. I'm so happy that he made it through. This is one of the shirts that they were selling, Ronnie Strong. If you want to support, and it'd be amazing if you do support, I have a link down there. There's no affiliate. Okay, I'm not making anything from that, but the man's a legend, you know? When I started lifting, because when I started lifting, I wasn't motivated to be a bodybuilder. I started lifting, this is an aside, but like the person who I was really inspired by when I was younger was Greg Plitt, as far as physique inspirations, because of also what Greg was able to do. But when I started like focusing on bodybuilding when I was like 21, and I started lifting at 13, but when I started focusing on bodybuilding, I started watching a lot of bodybuilding videos. And the Ronnie Coleman videos were always the most inspiring. I didn't want to look like Ronnie just because, and who says I could even look like Ronnie? Oh my gosh, let's just start there. It's not like I could look like Ronnie. But I never wanted to be that big. I just wanted to train hard, and Ronnie was a very good example of hard training, like going all the way. So I'm happy that he's made it through and he's here with us. That would be a legend that has gone too soon. And no matter what anybody may think, he did take it hard to a place where I think he could feel that the training was painful at points, but he had that one focus. And I think what we can take away is the beautiful aspect of having such a mission, having such a goal and a vision, that even when you feel things aren't the same and your body's not working the way it should, you're still heading towards it. That determination is powerful. So, yeah, Ronnie Strong. It's a great shirt because Ronnie Coleman is a strong human being, not just because he's a bodybuilder, but also just because he's internally powerful. Actually, Let me lift this sandbag a few times. So 200-pound sandbag. You know what? I think it's probably more around 190. I should weigh this one. But 190 to 200-pound sandbag. Just wanna play around with it, walk around with it. Bracelets aren't great when it comes to this. Oh, my headphone came out. Okay. So this is a squat throw. You should only do this with a sandbag you're comfortable with. And before you do something like the squat throw, you should definitely master sandbag here, right? And then sandbag up, right? Get it to the shoulder. Oh. I didn't use as much force as I should have there. Could have been much cleaner. Let's make it clean. Okay. Then the squat throw is a pick up, squat, throw. So I'm gonna bring this over my left shoulder, because I think the last time I did it, I took it over my right shoulder. Okay, so notice, went, caught it, inhaled, exhaled, okay? So I inhaled on the way down, exhaled on the lift, caught it in the squat, inhaled, through, exhale. I'll do it again. That's how I use the breath. It's helped me create power, help me move in and out of positions. Exhale when producing force. Inhale on the eccentric, or the coming down. So that's why when I come down with the sandbag in my arm and I'm squatting, I take a small inhale, maintain my position, I don't let my position break. And then when I'm coming out of that hole and I powerfully want to create force, okay? Did you hear that? I made it a little bit more exaggerative on purpose. So I went, okay, when I came down on purpose, I wanted you to really hear that. I usually wouldn't take that loud of an exhale, but I wanted you to see what that breath is like, okay? I know, and you know, one thing I understand is this. You're in a commercial gym, it's gonna be, you're gonna look crazy if you're like, ooh, ha, okay? That's why some of these things can be done at home. Sandbag, you don't need a commercial gym for this. Actually, you probably won't see a commercial gym with this. But in your apartment, when you're alone, garage, right outside, or in a park, you can come do this stuff. You can come have all this fun. Okay. Now, actually, you know what? Let's go take our first hill sprint. Ooh, no, actually. Let's do some underhand pattern first. Start popping off the ground. So before I mention this, I want to talk to you guys about what I think about when I sprint, because sprinting, especially with power, is a reflection, especially how fast you go and how powerfully you strike the ground. It's a reflection of how good your body is at handling the forces of the earth. Now, I know this may sound, I'm not trying to sound complicated, but I want you to understand that's what sprinting is. It's not just that these guys who sprint are fast. These guys can handle, when they're popping into the ground with power, they can disperse the force of the ground through their body. So when they strike the ground harder, it propels them faster through space. But it's also because they're not just strong. They don't just have strong joints. They have strong bones. Their whole structure is able to dissipate the force of the ground. Because sprinting is when you're sprinting, your body is handling 7 times, okay, your body weight potentially. So me being 250 pounds, that's in the thousands of poundage, okay? Now, it doesn't just mean that my foot has to be strong or my ankle has to be strong. It means that my whole body has to be able to handle the force of the earth and then disperse it through the system so I can pop into the next stride, okay? So that's why when you practice things like hopping and jumping, the reason why hopping and jump rope is so helpful, okay, is because it teaches you to learn how to not have to jump with actually trying to like really jump with power, but it teaches you how to bounce, okay? Because when you're bouncing, first it takes no energy. Okay, I could do this while talking to you, and sorry about the sound. I'll bounce this way so the mic stays in front of me. So it teaches you how to bounce, but that bouncing is also teaching you how to hold your body so the force of the ground disperses through your skeleton, okay? If you're not efficient at this, you might jump and ooh, feel it in your ankle. You might jump and ooh, feel it at your knee. You might jump and ooh, feel it at your back. But when you're supple, right? When you've practiced, you've learned how to loosen up your body, right? Notice how I'm not super tight when I'm jumping right now. I'm hanging out here, right? I'm chilling, I'm loose, right? Building this skill will then allow you to start running, and then soon you're gonna start sprinting. Well, sprinting at lower intensity. This is also why strength training is good. It strengthens your bones. But you have to put this stuff into action. So, I'm gonna grab this rope because I want to show you guys something. When you have your rope, one thing that you want to practice, and right now we have our June, July challenge going on in the Stronger Human, but in August, September, we're gonna have an August, September challenge. And if you enter the challenge, by the way, the Stronger Human community, you can join that for free at school.com. But if you join that challenge, you're gonna be entered in to win. We're gonna do, I think, 25, maybe 30 $100 gift cards to the Stronger Human store. You're gonna be part of the giveaway. Now, part of that challenge for June, July is going to be balance. Now, before I sprint, I want to talk about a few things. Balance is so important because as you age, first off, you slowly lose that. And many people lose that because they don't use it. They don't do things that bring them up on one leg. And you don't even have to start here. You can start with support, learning how to feel your structure over your foot. I want to show you something. Notice my position of my head over my foot. Something I learned from my friend, one of my mentors, David Weck. It's such a simple concept, this head over foot, because you might be thinking, oh, and Nsima, you have a really great balance. And one of the aspects of me having great balance isn't just because I have great balance. It's because I have great body positioning. Let me explain. You see, I'm not getting out of breath here. I'm talking to you, casual. I could hit this rope a few times with a few rotations. I'm chilling, honestly. Oh, hit my pinky toe. But the reason why I'm able to do this like this isn't because I'm strong and powerful or I have really good balance. It's because I understand, and I know I'm moving around right now, I understand that to have good balance, my head has to be over my foot. Head over foot. If I bring my head out of position, it's harder for me to maintain balance I find it, I have to work. But once I bring this head over this foot, we're back in action. Now, I'm starting to feel a burn go up my calf. Woo! I'm feeling a burn in my foot, in my arch, in my toes. It's rising up my body. Whoo! And what that builds when you learn to balance like that, first learning that, okay, my head shouldn't be over here. If I want to balance, I should bring my head over my foot, lift my leg, and right here is perfect balance. But then, if you can implant this into your day, so you're brushing your teeth in the morning, you're at work, you're at your cubicle, typing, stop typing for a little bit, bring your head over your foot, see if you can balance for 10, 20 seconds. You're gonna start to feel that when your balance tires, you're gonna start to feel a burn in that glute. You're gonna start to feel a burn in your booty, okay? That sounds like kind of odd, but you will feel a burn in your booty. Now, you feel this burn, you wanna hold on to this connection. You wanna maintain that head over foot position. And this can be without swinging the rope. You wanna hold it, you wanna breathe. Make sure you're breathing into the diaphragm, okay? You wanna build that foot to glute connection. You wanna make sure that your feet and your toes, they're not clawing into the ground, but there's a little bit of activity and pressure in them. You're learning how to use your feet with your balance, okay? Now, building this skill is gonna make a lot of things easier. It's gonna make jumping easier, right? Popping off the ground, right? It's gonna make kicking easier, okay? One thing here is my right leg is loose, my body is rotating. Balance is there, okay? Now, balance is very easy to work on with everything you do with the rope. At home, you can microdose it. Over time, it'll slowly get better. You can then implement it in what you do with the rope, where now you're doing these rope movements, and you're saying, how can I make these transitions? So let's go here. How can I make these transitions with one foot? Because now I'm not just balancing on one foot, I'm rotating my body using my spine, or let's call it my engine, to fuel the movement. Because it's not just my arms that are rotating this rope smoothly. Whew. It's my spine. Oh. Felt that burn go all the way to the glute. Breathing into the diaphragm. One of the basic aspects of having a good breath. Whew. Oh. Whew. I can tell my right side I need to work on a bit. Whew. I want to feel that burn go up to my right glute. All right. Okay. Now we're gonna go sprint. This isn't a horrible angle, but it's at least an angle that'll let you see me come from low on the hill to high on the hill. So remember, I'm gonna warm up a bit. I'm gonna put gradual levels of increased force through my body, back and forth. Probably do 3 sets, gradual increase of intensity, and then I'm gonna go back to do some movement, and then I'm gonna come back. I should have brought a rope with me over here. That would have been the ideal move. This hill's a little bit away from that spot, so anyway, doesn't matter. Whew. Okay. Put that force through my right side. I'm gonna put that force through my left side. Also, you'll hear a whoo, 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 whoo. Okay? There's two ways I could do this. I could exhale through the whole sprint, which I'll do, but then I can also find the point of relaxation. Inhale, short inhale, and then pop, exhale on the next powerful push. I'll do a full exhale on this next one. Okay, I don't know what this looks like on the camera, by the way. And this last one, I'm gonna do that exhale, inhale, exhale, on a very powerful force. Oh, okay. I know I may sound ridiculous. Over time, one of my goals is for this breath to feel more chill. Like, I don't want to feel like I need to do it that loud, but that's the breath that my body finds. And I talked about this before. It may sound weird, but there's just a certain amount of exertion that my body currently feels it needs to powerfully exhale with to do that speed successfully. I'm not doing it to sound cool, nor do I think it sounds cool, but it's just the sound my body makes, like tennis players. You know, they're not doing that voluntarily. They know what they sound like. They don't want to have to sound like that. But that's the force, the exhale force that their body finds to, oh shit. I just threw my bracelet off. That's kind of cool though. I wasn't meaning to do that. Okay, let's do one more sprint up this hill. See if we can find a powerful but more relaxed cadence of breath. Found it. You know, I will also say, you know, my ideal sprint weight to be like the fastest I could be is around 200 and I think 20 pounds. The thing is, because I was so focused on building so much muscle in my training years ago, I can say honestly, when it comes to speed, not when it comes to, well, maybe even my performance as a grappler to an extent, because I think my legs could be smaller. I am inclined for big button legs. Everybody has their advantages when it comes to building their body. For example, Julian, there's this guy, this new kid, he's 19 years old, everybody thinks he's on drugs. Julian Fitzgerald, I think it's his last name, I'm not sure. Sorry, Julian, if I got it wrong, and Julian's probably not watching this, but. So Julian is 19 years old. His upper body is better than a majority of people that take steroids, okay? That's Julian's upper body. You can tell though that, and this isn't speaking from I'm not trying to be mean, but from a bodybuilding standpoint, his legs are the area where he just needs to get some work in. He has to spend a few years on those, okay? For me, my upper body was, I would say, it's not like, my upper body wasn't as easily to get large as my lower body, okay? So, I hold more muscle than I'd like in my legs and my butt. And I actually potentially like to hold a little bit less. And I think that would be something that allows for better hip flexion, hip extension, powerful separation of those areas. Now, don't get me wrong, I think mine's still okay, and I can build that movement into this body, but I still know, I believe that I shouldn't say I believe. I think right now I'd be faster at that weight, but I'm gonna say this. I believe that your words dictate your beliefs and your actions, and what you say are things that you believe. I will say this though, I believe I can be that fast in this body, and that's what I will try to attain. I'll try to attain the speed I would have at a lighter weight in a heavier body. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. I'm just gonna push that. Okay, other side. Okay, right hand behind. Find the shape. Ah, that's what it is. Okay, found it. Yep, found it. Oh, no, lost it. Find it, come on. Find it. Ah. Whoa. Okay, navigate with the left hand. Yes, found it. Nope. What is going on? There's a rotation I'm looking for on the left side of my body that my right side has. So, I'm talking about symmetry with rope flow. I'm working rotation, navigating this rope rotationally. My right hand doing throws, rotations back and forth. I'm also now learning how to access that coordination and rotation on my left side naturally. It seeps into other movements because many of these movements are foundational martial arts types patterns. So, that being said, yes. Actually, let's use a heavier rope, slightly heavier. Just a little bit of inefficient bodybuilding real quick. It's inefficient bodybuilding, just building with the sandbag. Oh my gosh. Stand up. For some reason, even though the 200 pounds isn't heavy, the barbell, you just get back up. Sandbag, having to grab it like that. Whew. It takes a bit extra out of the body. Lifting a sandbag never feels easy. Always feels you have to use more force. That's why I like it. Body feels way more connected. Because it is. It's literally tactically. I say tactically, I mean tactile, touch. Tactically, let's get this bag. Let's get my forearms touching it. Right? Want to bring this over. It's going to be this connection. My body. Okay. Thinking of different ways to rotate and balance when I'm doing that. One thing I'm trying to channel is, you know, when sumo wrestlers, they come here, they shift their weight, boom, they shift their weight, boom, boom. Find that balance, find that relaxation, tension, boom, tension, boom, through the foot, through the skeleton, boom, belly button is over this foot, boom, right? So I'm channeling that when I know you guys may be like, okay, this dude's crazy. You might think he's crazy, but I'm just trying to channel that when I switch from foot to foot. When I'm doing that dragon roll. I think I was actually doing a Hanuman's dance is the movement. This dual snake Hanuman's dance. Actually, I was doing one high, one low. Still Hanuman's dance. Now, boom, boom. Find that balance. Boom, boom, boom. You can tell it's awkward. Boom, boom. Find that balance. Rotate, rotate. One cool thing. Okay, so I got lost in thought and some movement there. I'm not going to come back. What I am going to say is one cool thing that happens when you're balancing and you do balance with rope flow is you learn that the weight, when you rotate, shifts through different parts of your foot when doing. So when I'm here, it's in my instep, here it's outside. That's kind of how my foot has to balance. I still keep my head over my foot, but I think probably as my body's getting more tired too, I'm becoming a bit less inefficient. But inside, outside of foot, inside of foot, outside of foot, inside of foot, outside of foot. So rather than just standing here where I find that solid base, there's no shifting of the weight in the foot or the body, this level of balance brings you a little bit more understanding and awareness of the shifting of weight in terms of that balance. Thus, I feel a burn on the inside, outside of the foot. So yes, when you do your practice, shift weight, right? Shift weight, both feet. Find a level of balance. Now I'm just gonna have smooth. My intent here is to be flowy and smooth. Okay, that happens. But we're gonna be flowy and smooth, and we're gonna find balanced foot positions. Claw. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay, let's go sprint. Actually, I lied. I want to do some club. Oh, I've been wanting to practice with this. Oh, working on, oh, when you have clubs, one of the things you can work on first off is doing this single arm swing. Okay, you can learn it the other way too. This other way. Then you can learn doing this and letting your body pendulum. You also notice when you do this that you also have to kind of use your feet. Your feet have to shift weight from side to side to leverage your body. And then when you can do that with both arms, you can then come here where you have that simple pattern. You can come here, let it go. Come here, let it go. And then you can learn. This is what I'm trying to get the hang of. And I kind of got it, but the weight, my wrists really feel that. So I have to really shift my weight much better, much cleaner I had to develop a better level of wrist balance. But if I focus and shut up, I'll be able to do it. So that's what we're gonna do now. Whew, here we go. Whew. 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 Now we're just gonna stand here and hold this to challenge the wrist, the grip, because right now my grip is super taxed. My wrist is taxed, but doing this will work. The grip, the wrist. For me, my wrist is a place that, when I was talking earlier about that guy Julian and the things that he needs to develop in terms of his legs, the play area that I need to focus a lot on, my wrists. That is the weak point, or not the weak point. I'm not gonna say weak point. That is the point that needs the most improvement when it comes to my body's structural strength. My lower body handles force well, but if I put too much force through my wrist, they can't handle the that's why things like handstands and things like that, I lack there because of that kink in this structure. So these, not only do they help me with rotational strength, aspects of my rotational strength, getting transverse rotation of the spine, but now I'm also getting this grip, this isometric holds at the wrist. The muscles of the whole wrist are getting worked. I'm very excited to develop this level of strength, because when I see those Persian guys who are doing like 30 pounds per arm, 40 pounds per arm potentially, shows me I have a lot of progress I can make. And this is helping me develop that. So we're gonna actually just spend some time here rather than going sprint. I think I got what I needed out of I might do another sprint after, but I'm just gonna spend time with this. I can become more efficient with this, of course. Oh my goodness. My wrists are taking a beating. Woo. Okay, so now I'm treating this a bit like I would bodybuilding. I'm finding a level of failure with this movement. I'm not just going till my body is like, whew, okay, that's a lot, right? And then maybe I'll do one arm now. Just gotta focus on controlling this with the right arm, flowing with it. It's a little bit easier than having to focus on both. I can clean up different movements. I can also use my whole body. just to move with this club. Keep moving through space. Find a level of flow with the club, where it's not just the muscles that are doing work, the rest of the body too. Find a level of balance. All right. Challenge ourselves a bit again. There we go. Oh my God, use the whole body. The feet. Oh my God, left arm. Lead it. Oh, lead it. There we go. Oh. 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 I feel like I'm getting bit by a mosquito right now. Oh. Yeah, I am. Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I lose the coordination for that. A lot of work to do. I'm excited. If you guys are in the Stronger Human community, Master the MACE Club. Obviously, I'm not a master, but as I develop more of these skills and they become more improved with higher weight, I'm going to share more and more. So if you get the Master the Club course, I'm going to continue updating that course for years. You will have access to it forever for a one-time payment. So, let's grab the rope real quick. Actually, let's grab the bell. I didn't get to swing the bell at all today. Throw this thing around a little bit. Now, oh, it's gonna hit the mic. Okay. I don't think I can do any body slam movements. Actually, you know what? I can just move this right here. Oh, this is really cool. I didn't realize. Okay, this is great. Now, the cool thing about the kettlebell, okay, this thing swinging in front of my face is not the kettlebell, the mic. I'm gonna try not to focus on it. Cool thing about the kettlebell is you learn how to manipulate this bell. Oh, almost made that mistake. Never wear bracelets when doing kettlebell work. Okay, do not wear bracelets. Rookie mistake. The kettlebell teaches you how to load your skeleton against a weight. Woo! When I say load, I mean, notice how my body's stacked. That bell doesn't hit me. I put my body in the position to catch the weight, right? I learn how to use my whole structure, my bones, everything. I want to mention this. Everything comes down to your bones. I know fascia is really hot, and it should be. It's good that more people are thinking about taking care of their soft tissue, thinking about the fascial web of the body. Fascia, the structure that encompasses the whole human body. That's why not just doing weight training is good, doing your squats, doing your rows with load, but also doing things that allow you to use your whole structure to manipulate a load. So let me put it this way. When you're sprinting, you're using your structure to handle the forces of the earth, right? That's why fast sprinters typically have very high bone density. And that's not me saying I'm a fast sprinter, because I know my bone density is very high. What I am saying is that they know how to handle the forces of the earth, because they pound their whole body against it when they're sprinting, and their bones are handling the shock wave, which builds their durability. Practice like this pulls at your structure, right? But you also use the whole structure when, controlling the bell. Notice how I'm pendulum my whole body, right? My whole body is working as I'm controlling this weight. Oh. You learn this to an extent when you do rope flow. Oh. 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 Now I'm moving and redirecting the force of the bell while switching stances. Oh, using my whole body. Oh, that's a pendulum. Oh, I'm tired. Okay, let's go sprint. Okay, I hope my mic was working the last time. And if you guys are wondering why isn't Simo wearing that bucket hat, it's because when I sweat, I can't sweat on the string of the bucket hat, so the mic works the whole time. We had the issue of the mic going in and out on the last move with weights, so couldn't even hear what I was saying for 30 minutes. All right, now we're gonna sprint up this hill. Ooh, okay, yeah, it's still there. Okay. I'm gonna go at a slower speed, or slower feel of force, but I wanna glide up this hill. Slow, smooth, and smooth is fast, so if I wanna get fast, I need to slow things down a bit. Okay, we're gonna keep that speed. That's not extremely fast, but it's smoother. I feel more relaxed, and I think I can speed that up. That form can obviously get better. My form isn't pristine. It's been years, but you guys will see the improvement happen in real time, video by video. Better, smoother. There it is. All right. One thing is, when I do sprint work, I noticed that's when I have to do way more soft tissue work, because the impact just gets certain tissues fatigued. Hips, aspects of the ankles, because the ground impact. So soft tissue work, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow just to get this body to relax a bit. All right. Yeah, feels nice. Now we're in Sima. No inhibition, no thoughts. Just get up that hill powerfully. you're going after him, going after that person, you have to catch them. You have to be powerful, you have to be smooth. Powerful and smooth. Smooth and powerful. Relax tension. No thought. Let's go. Yeah, I felt the best. We're gonna keep that downloaded. Not gonna do any more. Body like that. The body like that a lot. Okay, I'm gonna pack up, go hang out with my lady, watch some Dexter. We're actually rewatching the first season. I've seen that show so many times through my years. I think I've probably seen that show, I don't know, 8 times or something, probably more. StrongerIn5.com. The Stronger in 5 newsletter is gonna be starting very soon. The goal, one idea to become a stronger human in less than 5 minutes each week. You're gonna have actionable tools, actionable ideas, things that will help you become a stronger human. I'll send you 1 email per week, and it'll take you less than 5 minutes to learn and go through it. All right, okay guys. That was Move with Weight 6. I'm gonna cut it there for some balance and efficient bodybuilding, flow, club work, rope, sprinting. All equipment is at the Stronger Human store. Everything I use is there. You can join the Stronger Human community where you can learn the rope flow foundations for free. The Stronger Human movement bundle is down below. You can purchase that. 7 courses, untapped feet, untapped neck, soft tissue, rope flow foundations, sandbag foundations, I think. Bunch of courses in there to help you start moving better. But go start some rope flow. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. Stronger Human Community has over 18,000 members now, or 18,500 members now. I'm stunned. I love that everyone's doing their own thing in there. We got people doing calisthenics. We got people dancing. I think there's a ballet dancer in there. A lot of martial artists. It's everyone who's trying to develop their own personal movement practice. I love to see it. I'm happy we all get to progress together. Let's keep it moving. I'll see you soon.